Hi Mac fam. So today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I hope all of you have had a good day. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a really good person, and yeah, we need to strive to be more like him, I feel like. So yeah, so I hope all of you have had a good day, but today's video, I'm going to be talking about a book that I read. It's called The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom by Sherry Frankie. So here is the book, and that is Sherry Frankie right there. Um, so, a little bit about the book. Trigger warning, a little bit. There is talk, she does talk about in the book about some child abuse that she went through. She was abused by her mother, Ruby, um, for so many years. And her siblings were also abused as well. So, yeah, so I used to follow the Eight Passengers. That was their channel. It was Ruby and Kevin Frankie and their 6 children. Sherry is the oldest. And so, yeah, so I had no idea that there was abuse going on behind the cameras or when the cameras were turned off. Like, I was a kid when I started watching their channel, and the older I got, the more I started seeing signs like, is this abuse? Is this right? There were different situations that Ruby would post videos about, like, not bringing her daughter's lunch to school for her. She was like 5 in kindergarten, and she forgot her lunch, and Ruby just said she told me she packed it. The natural outcome is she'll need to go hungry, and that's not okay. Um, she also took her oldest son Chad's room away, and he was sleeping on a beanbag because he did like a harmful prank thing on his brother, and it wasn't even that bad, but he got punished for it by not having a bed. And so he announced that on the channel as well, and that's just not right. There were other situations as well, but those are kind of the ones that I can remember. Um, so I think it was August. It was in August of 2023. Um, Ruby, Frankie, and Jody Hildebrandt were arrested for child abuse. Of Ruby Frankie's 2 youngest kids, they were severely abused. Um, so, Jody Hildebrandt is a licensed therapist in Utah. Um, and yeah, so Jody was Chad's, which is one of Ruby's children. Um, Jody was Chad's therapist for a while. Um, and she was Kevin's therapist, which was Ruby's husband. And yeah, so yeah, so I feel really bad for the kids. Like, I constantly think about them, because I know it's just a lot what they've had to go through. But this book, like, really was an eye-opener to me because I had no idea that things were so bad for them. Um, in that book, I was just like, wow, oh my gosh, I had no idea that Sherry was abused. I didn't know that any of them were abused. Like, I didn't know. Like, none of us knew. And so I'm really proud of Sherry for sharing her story, because it takes a lot of courage to do that. And I totally recommend this book. It does talk about child abuse in it. But it's not graphic or anything. Yeah, but just be aware there is some talk of child abuse in it. And Sherry talks about some of the things that her mother did to her, because she did say that her mother was abusive to her, and she talks about that in the book. So just be aware of that as well. But yeah, um, it's a really good book. I recommend it. It is sad, but it's also really, really good. Alrighty, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you have not already. Always keep your head up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.